Y'all know when y'all see that hair go up in the bun, it's time to get busy. And that's what I'm about to do with this 5,000 mile review on my 2024 ND3 Miata. So if you guys don't watch my Cadillac videos, you would know that I said the Miata is my favorite car. And why is it my favorite car? For a lot of reasons. Actually, my lighting's messed up right now. And this car is actually so light that I can just push it with minimal effort. Let me slide up a little bit, fix my lighting. Wow, I just ran over my foot, and that wasn't excruciatingly painful. But as I said, the Miata, favorite car, and out of all my cars, that is as well. So I said in the CT4V Blackwing video, the only reason I didn't get a CT5V Blackwing is because I would have had to sell my Miata, and that's something I didn't want to do. Why didn't I want to sell my Miata? Because it's my Miata, it's my favorite car. Why would I get rid of something that I purely enjoy so much? So 5,000 miles later, how am I feeling about this Miata? Any updates, problems, all that good stuff. We're about to discuss that. The first thing I want to say about the Miata, it has a spectacular community. Every video, somebody's always dropping some knowledge about this car that I didn't even know existed. Somebody's always being helpful. Nobody's ragging on each other. It's just a very helpful, very respectful community. And I definitely appreciate that from all of you guys, because everything that I got on this car was a recommendation, and I hold recommendations, I hold them dearly to me. This exhaust, the armrest, the stubby antenna, the steering wheel, these have all been recommendations from you guys, and that's something I just greatly appreciate. The community is great. Nobody even talks about zircon sand, because it's probably the most hated color on the Miata, but everybody's been respectful about it. Not that I want to hear that y'all don't like it, but keep that shit to yourself, man. I want to hear that. Like, this is a car that I bought with my money, and I obviously like the color, but I don't get none of that kind of hate. Like, oh, why'd you buy that color? Should have got Soul Red. Soul Red is a brilliant color, by the way. But everybody's respectful, great community. Just so many people have reached out to me, overwhelmingly so, and it's been an amazing experience. So the community of this car is just freaking dope. Some constructive criticism. The brakes. The bite is rather weak up on here, and after driving this back to back with other sports cars, I feel like I need a little bit more oomph in the brake pedal. Not that I need to upgrade to a big brake kit. And also shout out to Gibson, go follow his channel. He's always on my Miata videos, and he does a lot of do-it-yourself things. He also added a big brake kit to his Soul Red Miata. He's got an RF, so go check out his channel. The brakes on here, I think I can just get an upgraded brake pad and I'll be satisfied with that. Cheap modifications, not bad at all. Also, while I'm down here, can you sit Native American style? We're going to get PC out here. So this wheel gap has been bothering me lately. Ever since I got it off the lift when I got my tires put on and new wheels, I'm like, dang, this thing, I can put a fist up in here. Well, 4 fingers, but yeah, that's still the bun thing. See, but yeah, you can put 4 fingers up in there. And the way this car looks, this is a great looking car. It gives me Jaguar F-Type vibes. But this wheel gap is getting to be atrocious. But it's about to get cold outside, so I'm going to need that ground clearance. But coilovers, and I got the sway bars on here, which vastly tighten everything up. And it drives the way I want it to drive. But the appearance of it, I go for looks. Sometimes I like the style over substance. So I want my car to be lower. I could go with lowering springs, but that's going to destroy the ride quality. There are some brake or lowering suspension kits out there, not even coilovers, that have adjustable dampers, but I would just rather go get the coilovers. And the top dogs that I've been hearing from recommendations are Zetas and what's the other ones? What's the one Zygreen's always talking about? I think Jabal and Cars might have these as well. Olin's, that's what I'm thinking of. So those are the 2 staple name brands that I keep hearing for like streetable but also track worthy coilovers. So I'm going to upgrade at some point, but it's going to wait till the time. YouTube ain't paying as much as they used to. Everybody's saying that, but it's absolutely true. Another minor issue that I had was with the trunk popper. You know, I press a button, the trunk opens up all the way by itself. It did it once I put my camera bag in here, but now that I'm out here, it's opening all the way up on its own. So I don't know if that thing just needs to be lifted open, but it's been like a month span where it just didn't open at all. It would just open like stock. It would just stay right here, and then I'll have to force it to pop open, or to pop open like 2 minutes later, literally. So I don't know if what the maintenance is on this thing. Probably got to oil something or adjust something. I don't know, but that's worth looking into. Or maybe it's not worth looking into. Just now realizing that my shirt matches the car. Definitely wasn't done on purpose. But another issue that I did have with this car is the TPMS sensor. So it went bad and it said TPMS malfunction. I just ignored it and it went away. That's what we do these days. We ignore our problems, they go away. I don't know if something's actually wrong with it or if it was going on for like 2 or 3 weeks. And I was going to go to Discount Tire because that's where it came from. I think that's where I got these tires mounted at. Yeah, I got these. They're aftermarket, I believe, from Discount Tire. So these aren't the OEM ones. I don't know what happened, but it's all good now. So one of my problems, you guys know I'm a hooper. Actually, you don't know I'm a hooper. But I still play basketball at the ripe age of almost 40. So when I come from playing ball for like 3 hours straight, drive this car home, and get cramps in my foot, there is absolutely nothing I can do about that while I'm driving. Why can't I do anything? There's no room in this car to stretch my legs. I'm about as tall as a person can be to fit dimensionally up in this car. I might have like one more notch backwards, but it's not going to do anything with the cramp in my foot. I need to move my leg around when it happens. There's no space in the Miata for it. Not everybody's going to have that problem. I don't know. I get cramps only when I drive the Miata after playing ball, but it happens. And oh my God, it's excruciatingly painful. And I just got to sit there and deal with it, or just put my clutch in or something to like alleviate that. But that's the only bad thing that I can say about the Miata. It is not the Miata. Is my genetics probably, but the Miata seats are super comfortable. Lately, I've been thinking about getting those club seats, the ones with the Recaros. See how I would like those, because I like being hugged. And those are firm, but these are soft. But I think I would like this with a little bit more bolstering. The sound system in here is amazing. Just had the music going with the top down. Church probably hate me over there for blasting Kendrick Lamar. Got speakers in the headrest. It's just a comfortable car every day. And I do drive this. If I don't have to have passengers with me, I'm hands down driving the Miata. And I can get like almost 30 miles per gallon, driving it like a fool as well. And then the inside, the mods in here are still going strong. This armrest, great upgrade. The stitching on here looks a little out of place, but that's how I received it. And it's just a manufacturing defect or whatever it is, but that's just how it is. Shift knob, still one of the greatest things that I have got on here. Steering wheel, holding up well. Guardian's design steering wheel. My custom steering wheel with the purple stripe. Purple baseball stitching going on down there. And I do have the green perforation on the interior. And Jabal and Carlos is saying that his steering wheel was too squishy, but I noticed he has the leather around the sides, around 9 and 3, where I have the perforation. And on my car, it's not squishy at all. Up here, it does get a little squishy because this is some premium leather. But if you get the perforation, it'll be A-okay. This car has been trouble-free, as it should, just crossing 5,000 miles. Actually, probably well over 5,000 now, just now getting around to making a video. But I haven't had any maintenance, hasn't seen the Mazda dealership yet. I should get another oil change. I got one last year, but I only drove it like 1,000 miles, 1,500, maybe 2,000 miles, so I should probably get one before the year ends. But it's cheap to maintain this car. Not a whole lot of oil going in there. It's kind of too easy for me not to do myself, so might be doing that again myself. Or I didn't do it the last time, but I demonstrated it, but it was too easy. I'm like, damn, I should have been doing this. Oh, my wheels and tires. I believe I have 8.5-inch wide wheels, and my tires are 235 1740s. Did I say that right? Is it 235 40 17? Whatever it is, y'all know what I meant. But it's about as wide as a wheel and tire setup you can get on the Miata. And I haven't noticed any rubbing. Like some people say, oh, rub. Shut your dumb ass up. It don't rub. So, and it looks fantastic. Like I really enjoy the way it sticks out. Protrudes a little bit past the sidewall, but it's right there with this mud flap, if you will. What the hell is this tiny thing? Why is it even there? It just looks the part. Custom wheels designed by TC Wheels. And yeah, no rubbing, full lock. But with all that said, it's time. Y'all know what I be doing on this channel, and I just couldn't help myself. But it's that time, guys. But I'm happy to say it, so let's take it for a drive. Thankfully, I'm not getting pulled over. Also, unfortunately, I started driving without pressing record. So I'm gonna have to do that all over again. Whoops. Got the mighty. Gotta start all over. I said so much. That's not the first time that I did this though. So let me let y'all hear the exhaust again. So an exhaust is a must-have on here. This car is tiny. People are not going to see you or they're going to choose to ignore you. So you're gonna have to be heard if not seen. So the exhaust on here sounds fantastic. I got the Goodwin race exhaust, the race version, the loudest version, and the lightest version. 12 pounds, like $400 this was. Sounds amazing. I just hate the single exit exhaust. You can get the dual exit exhaust for $600, but for one little extra pipe, I didn't think it was worth the cost. But here's how it sounds. Absolutely no drone, and this is a 5,000 mile review. I have 5,800 miles on here, so I've been neglecting my Miata content, as is my Blackwing content. Somebody let me know that it's been a month since I released the Blackwing video. I'm like, oh damn, it's been that long for real? 30 miles a gallon average, by the way. So I gotta start putting these cars on the channel more, and I'm rolling back on how much I post. I'm down to one video a week right now, even though I have other content out there. It's just fatigued. YouTube isn't paying as much. I let you guys miss me. I'll come back with another video. But do you guys want to see my cars more than the press vehicle videos? Why am I struggling to say that? The press fleet vehicle videos. Do y'all want to see the press cars? I'm definitely going to highlight my cars more and only get exciting cars that I want to drive. Like I got a Fiat 500e video that I haven't released yet. Don't want to really release it, but I got the content, so might as well put it out there. But it screws up my own algorithm. You guys let me know what you think and what you want to see on the channel. More Miata content, more Blackwing content, my cars, both one category, or do the press vehicles as well, because I can do either or, and it's kind of up to you guys. But I definitely need to highlight my cars more, because I don't post as much as I should, because I'm getting press cars and have to release those. But let's get on to this drive. So this Miata can be fun on residential streets, racetrack, public roads. Do a little skirt, skidding around, low horsepower. And I kind of wish that I went with a less sticky tire so I can even slide around a little bit. See what this short wheelbase be like. This car is rewarding. It's rewarding to rev it out. And so many people just are horsepower drunk, numbers drunk, that they ignore the experience. And this car is all about the experience. And the exhaust has some character to it as well. But this is why I like the Miata. It's not too serious, but it can be on the racetrack. They even have a supercharger mod for it. And these sway bars really got it to my liking on public roads. They used to roll a little bit too much. Now it doesn't do it. It drastically decreased that. So that's a good cheap mod if you don't want to do coilovers. But I'm going to end up doing both at some point. Whoops. Messed up my own shift. It happens. Not taking that out the video. Oh, we next to a, what is that? I wonder if you want to race me. Can't beat a Miata. What I like about it the most, I can take it around turns way faster than what I should. Still feel in control. I don't do this in any other car but the Miata. Why is that? Lightweight, man. That plays a huge factor. A little bit of rotation. Let me check out my moon simulators. They got the detour sounds out here. and the road is totally open. I could have made the video over here. This is where it used to be craters right here, all smoothed out now. Man, what am I gonna do now? Oh, I can do some stuff in the parking lot now. Is the parking lot open? Yes, the parking lot is open. What up to the geese? But this Miata, the same place. I was out here drifting this thing in the parking lot when it was full of snow. That was super fun. I can't wait till the winter time comes around. And yes, super fun at the limits in the snow. Can't wait to put the snow tires back on here like I just said. Not gonna do any donuts because class is in session over here at this college. Don't want to be that guy. Or maybe I'll pull further away and be that guy. And this car is just fantastic, man. Just maneuver it like I want to. But 5,000 miles later, excellent turn radius. This is what I enjoy about cars the most. The Miata is the embodiment of that. I wish there was a 4-door version of the Miata. Or man, can we get a RX-8 replacement or something with some rear seats? That would be my one-car solution. If it didn't have, or if it had a reliable Wankel engine. Talking about that, what's the name of that little engine? You know what it is. Them Renaissance engines be having some issues. But 5,000 miles later, I am the happiest man on the planet with this Miata. I don't think there's a better car out there for me as far as fun goes. I ain't driven it yet. I have driven the GT3, not the manual, but 9,000 RPM with that much horsepower. I can't have that much fun on the street, which is where I'm at 95% of the time because they got my highway shut down too. Everything under construction. So I'm definitely enjoying this car even more on the street. So that's my 5,000 mile review. About to enjoy this the rest of this day, unseasonably warm in Michigan this time of year, and ride off into the sunset. Literally, it's been a minute since I dropped the top up on this thing. Won't be able to do that for too much longer, but I'm enjoy it while I can. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what y'all want to see. Like, comment, subscribe if you aren't. Have a good time. Drive safe. And I'll catch you in the next video. Peace out.